Okay, we're back on the record. Officer Ramirez, if you can call the next case.
Next case is on 10.1, case 5646.
And Madam Magistrate, if I may, we were recording the entire time with audio. We are now on video for those that see this coming up or posted just the video. That there was some technical difficulties, but we do have the auto recording of the first 4 hearings that we've had, and now that we're able to fix the technical issue, we're back on video.
Thank you.
Video and audio. Okay. Chief Code Enforcement Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 5646, property owner David Zell, Trust / Cecilia Santana, site address 2322 Southwest 31st Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to amend was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall on February 3rd, 23rd. This case was undergoing an appeal because David E. Zell's name was put on the notice. So we're here today to amend any notice, orders, and remove David E. Zell's trust name from it, and leaving only the mobile home owner's name, which is Celia Santana. So we're just here to amend that.
If I may, Madam Magistrate, we've been in contact with the attorneys for Mr. Zell, which is Jerome Schechter. That's the agreement that we had, given also the fact that the violations at issue were all regarding the particular mobile home, not the mobile home park, and that's why the town is agreeing to amend the order. Everything should remain the same for the town's request, but for just the removal of Mr. Zell as trustee from the order. There's another case for the same issue on the docket later today.
And I believe the woman with the hat, you were sworn in. I don't recall if.
She's my mom. She's the owner of the mobile home.
Okay, was she sworn in this morning?
Yes.
Okay. Will you be speaking for her?
Yes.
Okay. Does your mom understand English? Do you need to translate what the officer said?
I can translate. Yeah.
Okay. So if you could just state your name for the record.
Yeah. Lilia Valise.
Okay. And Cecilia Santana is your mother.
Yes.
Okay. So you heard the officer. What's your mother's position with regards?
We came to ask for an extension. We recently find somebody that can help me with all the violations and everything. I want to be in compliance with the city.
Are you part of the amnesty program?
Yes, but I don't know how much more time I have.
If you're part of the amnesty program, you have till June to finish.
Till June?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm good.
But you're sure you are?
Yes. Yes, we apply. We apply.
And got approved.
I'm sorry, what?
And got approved.
Yes. We apply with her.
I don't have the list right now. If you want, can I go and check?
No, it's okay. I trust what you're saying. So if you're in an amnesty, you have till June. You don't have to worry about anything until you complete the program. After the program is completed, of course, and then you correct all your violations. That's what we want to see by June.
Okay.
So then we'll go forward with the proceedings.
Okay.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
So great, you're in the amnesty program. You've got to June 2023 to come into compliance. With regards to today's hearing, what we're doing is we are simply the name. Okay, great. So you understand today's hearing. Okay, perfect. Do you want to add anything?
No. I just want to finish all this.
Okay, so based on the testimony and the evidence presented with regards to amending the order to reflect the owner's name, Celia Santana, I find there is good cause and grounds for doing so. So we will be amending that to simply change the name so that it reflects that the orders and violations, etc., are in the name of the owner of the mobile home and not owner. Let me give me 1 second.
Solamente queremos hasta junio. June what? I don't have
June
a date.
30,
June 30. Hasta junio 30. Para.
because of the amnesty program.
Quiero decir algo.
Todo es igual. Todo se queda igual.
Quiero decir algo.
Okay, Mary, can you translate, or are you gonna translate for her?
Whoever wants.
No, I can't translate for you, so it will have to be your daughter. Sorry.
Ok, primero, buenos días. Quiero agradecerles a todos.
First of all, good morning. I want to appreciate everybody
Porque yo compré este mobile home en plena pandemia,
because about the mobile home on pandemic.
como con los ojos vendados sin saber ni a dónde iba.
Close eyes.
Lo necesitaba
We need it,
y me encontré un monstruo de ilegalidades.
and I found a monster of illegalities and a lot of problems.
Todo lo que la señorita Jocelyn nos encontró, por lo menos en los exteriores, todo lo hemos quitado y está muy bonito mi exterior.
All the illegals and citation that we had outside that didn't request for permission to remove is already compliant.
Y lo demás era, dependíamos de arquitectos que no encontramos, que nadie quiere trabajar, creo, hasta ahora que hemos encontrado este señor.
For the rest, we've been trying to find architects and contractors, but nobody wants to work in mobile homes.
No. Yeah.
Now we found a friend that it was referred for a friend of mine that he's willing to help.
Okay.
So
Ya él va a trabajar lo que sea inservible, que nos va a costar mucho dinero, lo vamos a derrumbar. Lo que sea conservable, que merezca la pena, entonces lo vamos a poner en código para que usted vaya, nos visite y vea lo que hemos hecho.
Can you explain to her that all I need to see is if the permits are closed? I'm not the inspector who's going to inspect plumbing or electrical. It would be the building's inspectors.
ella solamente quiere ver los permisos que están cerrados. Ella no es la que va a impulsar.
Okay.
Cada plomería, electricidad van a ser inspectores diferentes.
Okay.
Okay. But I do wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you can get everything done by June.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. We finish
Thank
it,
you.
or I have to.
Gracias. Hay que pagar algo.
Next case is on section 7.1 of the agenda. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 5549. Property owner VNA Miami LLC, site address 4400 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, Unit 6, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, posted to property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. It is the town's motion to confirm a fine of $60,850.
Thank you. Hello, can you please state your name for the record
Claudine Thorpe.
and your position, please?
I'm the renter from that place, the Unit 6.
Okay, so you're the tenant?
Yes,
Okay. And you have someone here with you?
yes. The new contractor that I've hired to help me with the paperwork because the first contractors didn't go through and they couldn't get through with the city paperwork. Every time I try, we start, it stopped.
And Ms. Thorpe, I'm sorry, I just want to confirm that you are here with the owner's authority to speak on this violation?
Yes.
Okay.
My name is Jack Jafarmada with Seamless Design Group.
Okay.
May I just go ahead and?
Yes, yes, yes.
Very good. Basically, we got involved as when she had a very bad experience with the general contractor that she had hired. They walked away, and she was in full willing to comply with all issues that she was facing through the city. So we hired Miguel de Diego architect to actually bring the storage that she built up to compliance. So then all of a sudden we found out there is an issue with occupancy type and all kinds of other issue that really she didn't know and nobody knew. Then she, ever since she moved out, now we are trying to get demolition permit. Even though since 1976 no asbestos has been used, but they are requiring asbestos certificate, so which means that itself, that was just last comment made probably about a week ago or so. So that's going to take about 3 weeks minimum to get asbestos crew there to test the drywall that's brand new. It's a kind of, from my perspective, I actually took the time to come in. From my perspective, and I worked in the building department years ago, from plan review to inspection. Honestly, this individual, as a person, I have to say, another contractor, has been mistreated and just been in position that there are assemblies in the very same building, but they have been picked for whatever reason. But she's trying to comply, and I'm here to tell you, as a witness and a contractor, that she is trying her best. Even she moved out now. Even she moved out, we cannot close this case till we get the asbestos certificate. So that's what just came in to tell you what the facts are, so let you make the decision.
No, I thank you for your comment. I'm just looking at the procedural history. So this violation dates back to February of 2021, and we're now 2 years later. And it does look like that the town, notwithstanding, appears to have been working, because the first formal hearing wasn't until approximately a year after the violation was issued. And while it's tragic, unfortunately, contractors who don't do what they agree to do, it ultimately falls, unfortunately, on the respondent. And so, as to that aspect, it's just being very careful of who you contract with, and that's separate and apart. Now, where we are now is that at some point in time, for various reasons, and I take note of things outside of Ms. Thorpe's control if you have a contractor who abandons the job. But again, from 2021 to 2022, that was a significant amount of time that lapsed before it came to hearing. And it looks like even the final order that was issued, that was amended sometime. And so that is how we arrive at the accrual of the fines. And so everything that Ms. Thorpe and yourself on her behalf have advanced are certainly sympathetic. The town is sympathetic to someone losing a contractor, but these are really mitigating factors because the arrival at the amount that the town is recommending confirming, it didn't happen overnight. And so and by her own testimony, Ms. Thorpe, you recently left the unit, and obviously I take it so that you can expedite bringing it into compliance, and that's a good thing. And the town definitely wants to see compliance. Do you have anything else before I enter a ruling?
No, again, and this is not because I was a contractor, someone who has been involved in building department. There's a kind of mistreatment in the whole issue of determining the occupancy type and things like that while they enter to. So there's a kind of bigger picture than this.
With regards to anything outside of the violation that we're here for, you'll have to meet with the appropriate party and or the owner of the complex itself. Because
And just for them, honestly, I'm not making believe me nothing. So it's just very sympathetic for what they do, and then what the struggle they go through, and it's something that beyond their control. So your sympathy is well appreciated, at least as an individual.
yes. And so my ruling will reflect that based. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Thorpe. Yes, of course.
I have to say, Miss Jaslyn been working with me and helping me see the paper through. She knows, I've tried. It's not like I do it on purpose not to comply with the city. Every time I bring a new contractor, they come halfway and they stop, and they keep saying they're asking me for things that I cannot afford or pay for in the city compliance, because my fault. I did build a wall for a pantry that I feed people. That's what I wanted to do, and I pray in the place. I don't do anything else, but facts of life, it happened. The asking me for electrical, I have no electrical on the wall. I tried proving that over and over again. I hired I paid what I don't have, and now $60,000. I don't know how I'm gonna pay that, but again, you can, if I can get the demolition paperwork and you guys can abate the fee with me, I'll try my best to pay it, because I've been going through everything I have to get this in place.
And one positive factor that you've indicated, among a few others, is that you've been staying in communication with the inspector. That is very important because she can recount the due diligence. So everything you've advanced are reasons for you to include once the violation is in compliance in your mitigation application, what's occurred with you with contractors, because obviously the town's records will reflect. And obviously, a contractor abandoning the job may not always be the fault of the owner who hires them, but that is something to take into account when you do apply for a mitigation. And based on the factual circumstances, overall, the town is very amenable with mitigating the accrued fines. And so what I would recommend is to do what you are doing right now. You have what appears to be someone on your team who is sympathetic to what you've gone through, that will help you through the process, and stay encouraged, work diligently, and as soon as it's in compliance, immediately obtain the application for mitigation and set forth everything that you've indicated here today in the packet and other information that the application asks for.
The last thing, I would appreciate if you could at least have 90 days because of the asbestos testing, and then taking it to the county, get the county certificate, and help plan review and all that. Demo part is very easy, could be done in one day, because it's just 2 walls. And like you said, there's no electrical, but she's been cited for electrical. So I would appreciate if you can allow the time for the testing, as well as submit it to the county environmental for certificate. Then obviously plan review, permitting, and demo one day.
And your request is
90 days.
Your request is duly noted. It is going to be denied. The purpose of today's hearing is to confirm the fine, and that means that it's really two questions. Is the property in compliance? And if not, what are the accrued amounts to date? I do want to note for the record that previous extensions of the final order and time have been granted by the town. So again, Ms. Thorpe, continue doing what you're doing. And once it's in compliance, file for the mitigation. All of the factors and things that you've indicated, include that as your reason for requesting mitigation, and the town will certainly take that into consideration and render what mitigated amount, if any, would be granted. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Thank you so much for your position given. Based on the testimony and the evidence presented today, I do find there is substantial and competent evidence to confirm the fine in the amount of $60,850. There is a continued per diem amount of, is it $250, Officer Ramirez?
Yes.
$250 per diem per day that will continue to accrue until compliance is achieved. You will be assessed a $100 administrative cost for today's hearing. And once the property is in compliance, Ms. Thorpe, file for a mitigation. Okay, good luck to you.
I just have a question. So, there's been some hindrance, like a stop for your permits because of electrical?
Yeah, fire and electrical doesn't want to approve it, even though everybody else had approved on each paper. Every time they get to Mr. Hurtado and the other Mr. Ferris, the third thing, they give them another run around. Every contractor I've got said the same thing. Fire, they can't pass Hurtado or the other fire for things that I don't have. And all I do, Mr. Ramirez, is go to the place, sit and pray with the people. And
But all you did, you're saying, is you built a pantry room.
yes,
Okay.
And I verified.
yes,
She just did 2 walls, no electrical. So obviously I've gone through the electrical plan review, they rejected her. And then the fire came in, they questioned the entire assembly.
Do you know why she was rejected?
Honestly, beyond me, even as an ex-plan reviewer, it was beyond me. Because you have someone who came in, you took their permit in, and all of a sudden you have new comments of the entire occupancy type and everything. And all of a sudden, fire separation between the next tenant and things like. I mean, it's just beyond what reasonable
Okay.
for someone who hasn't your business too. So
Okay. So what I will do is just make sure that, to assist Ms. Thorpe, is talk to the building department and see what's going on.
Yes, being that not she moved, just
I empty the place out, even though I paid
the
the owner.
concentration is not.
So you're moved out.
Yeah, she's moved up.
So as of when?
Last week, the week before,
So
because
it's
when I got-
vacant because
yes,
one of the
it's
violations.
empty. I can go show you it's empty.
One of the violations is operating without a business tax receipt.
Yes.
So if it's
I-
vacant, then we can, confirm that that's compliance.
Well, I just have to mop the floor and give the owner the place clean. I moved out. I was even asking the city if I can rent their place, just to have meeting with the people and feed. That's all I do, and I don't know why they don't want to approve us.
Yeah, she's moved that.
It's empty.
Well, I know zoning denied it because of the capacity of people. They don't have enough parking space, so I know zoning denied it for that reason.
And
But she's moved out, so all we're trying to do is just get the 2 walls out of there. In order just to get that wall out of there, then all of a sudden the new rules kick in, even though there is no asbestos, because there's no use of asbestos in 1976, but they still
Yeah.
want it. So,
I will talk to the building department directly and see what's going on.
yeah, I appreciate it. If you can get that going, because there is no asbestos. I mean, the whole building was built prior to,
I know asbestos is a requirement,
yeah.
so
So I do that. You see what you can do. I'm helping her. So that's all.
I think you're on the right track getting the asbestos.
the only one who stand by me since the whole thing because every time I have a contractor, missing in action. So
Okay. I appreciate you both being here. Thank you.
Good luck to you, Ms. Dort.
I'm so sorry. Thank you guys. But
Let me give you a copy, okay?
she knows me so much.
Madam Magistrate, that this concludes the respondent in-person docket. So we can go through the docket for those that are not present.
Okay, I'm ready when the town's ready.
So they're gonna cut off the water in 30 minutes. So I have to use the restroom. So we'll take a 5-minute recess. Yeah, so we can use water before it's gone.
Got it. Anyone else gotta go? I don't have to, but I'll feel like my kids. Go.
Okay, we are ready to continue.
Okay, we will go in the order of the agenda. The next case is on section 6.1, case 5672.
Can you repeat the case number, please?
5672,
Oh, all right, thank you.
section 6.1. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 5672, property owner Prologis Exchange, Pembroke Road and 30th Avenue LLC, site address 3876 through 3880 Pembroke Park, Florida. Notice violation was sent by regular mail March 8, 2021. A notice of hearing with a copy of the notice of violation was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. The violations are for operating without a business tax receipt, demolition of a demising wall without permits, installation of new door to combine bay 3880 and 3876 without a permit, installation of electric security camera system without permits. There are 4 violations. They have corrected all of them except the installation of electrical security cameras without a permit. So it's my recommendation to give them 30 days to correct this one last violation. If not, a $250 per diem and a $100 admin fee.
Is anyone here on case numbers 5672? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented by the code officer, I find that there's substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position. The respondent is hereby ordered to come into compliance in 30 days. A $250 per diem fine will accrue. $100 administrative cost is assessed for today's hearing. Next case.
Next case, section 6.2, case 6541. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 6541, property owner BH255 LLC, site address 2550 Southwest 30th Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. Notice violation was issued on November 30, 2021, sent by regular mail. A notice form of hearing with a copy of the notice of violation was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. The violations are for overgrown vegetation, equipment stored on vacant land, and there's 2 abandoned signs that need to be removed. They removed one of the abandoned signs, so there's 1 remaining. They did trim the overgrown vegetation and remove the equipment. So the one last item needed is that abandoned sign to be removed. It's a large pole sign, so I'm going to recommend that they get it done within 60 days. If not, a $250 per diem with a $100 admin fee.
Anyone here on case number 6541? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position. The respondent is ordered to come into compliance within 60 days or face a $250 daily fine. The respondent is assessed $100 administrative cost for today's hearing. Next case, please.
Next case, section 6.4, case 8076. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 8076, property owner Infinity Azure LLC, site address 5425 Southwest 32nd Street, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice violation was sent out by regular mail January 18, 2023. A formal hearing with a copy of the notice of violation was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. For the record, this is a 6th offense referencing case 7393, 7750, 7958, 7745, and 5737. And all the final orders have been admitted to the case. The violations are for Unit 5425 Southwest 32nd Street, has mold-like substance on the wall near the kitchen area and near the ceiling. Remove mold-like substance and repair wall. There are also ceiling leaks in the living room and the bedroom area. Prevention of the ceiling leaks and repair of the exterior roof and interior ceiling has to be corrected. And then they installed a water heater without a permit, so they have to obtain an after-the-fact permit and complete inspections. I have not received any communication from the manager at this property to let me know that all of these items have been in compliance. I know that they are working on it, but reinspection hasn't been scheduled. So it's my recommendation as a repeat violation to give them 15 days to correct, if not a per diem fine of $250, actually $500, and $100 admin fee.
Is anyone here on case number 8076? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented here today, evidence supporting that this is a 6th offense repeat violation, there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position. The respondent is hereby ordered to come into compliance within 15 days or face a $500 per diem daily fine. $100 will be assessed administrative cost for this hearing. Next case, please.
Next case is section 6.5, case 8079. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 8079. Property owner Infinity Azure LLC, site address 5210 Southwest 32nd Street, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice violation was sent by regular mail January 19, 23rd. A notice of formal hearing with a copy of the notice of violation was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, and posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. The violations, I'd like to state that this is a 7th offense. This is the same owner as discussed in the previous case, 8076. So it will make it their 7th offense. The cases are 7393, 7750, 7958, 7745, 5737, and 8076. The violations were for mold-like substance on the wall near the kitchen area, near the ceiling, remove mold-like substance, and repair wall. There are ceiling leaks in the living room and bathroom area. Prevent ceiling leaks by repairing exterior roof and interior ceiling. There was installation of water heater without a permit. They have to obtain an after-the-fact permit and complete inspections. There's overgrown tree and dead branches. They have to obtain a licensed tree trimmer and trim tree and remove dead branches. Also, they've installed an AC unit without a permit. They have to obtain plans for an after-the-fact permit and inspections. It's my recommendation, again, this is a repeat violation, to give them 15 days to correct all the items. If not, a $500 per diem and $100 admin fee.
1 second.
Okay, that was my recommendation. The 15 days, $500 per diem, and the $100 admin fee.
Anyone here on case number 8079? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented today, I find that there's substantial and competent evidence to support the violation. This is a seventh offense repeat violation. The respondent is hereby ordered to come into compliance within 15 days or face a $500 per diem fine. $100 administrative costs are assessed for today's hearing. Next case, please.
Next case is section 6.6, case 8145. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 8145, property owner Garden Property 786 Inc., site address 2950 Southwest 32nd Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of violation and a notice of formal hearing was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. The violations are for maintenance of exterior building required, pressure wash and paint. Permit is required for paint color approval. Item number 2, maintenance of exterior fence required, paint. Item number 3, maintenance of exterior pole sign required, paint. Item number 4, parking lot requires maintenance, front and back end of property, pave and restripe with a plan for permit and inspections. The owner did contact me regarding the property. He said he's willing to comply. So we discussed I discussed that I was going to recommend 60 days. Of course, they wanted more time, but I told them they have to be here present to request more time. But that's my recommendation. If not, a $250 per diem and $100 admin fee.
Anyone here on case number 8145? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented today, there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position. The respondent is hereby ordered to come into compliance within 60 days or face a $250 per diem daily fine. $100 administrative costs are assessed for today's hearing. Next case.
Next case on section 6.7, case 8147. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 8147, property owner Omak Real Estate LLC, site address 2991 Southwest 32nd Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of violation and a notice of formal hearing was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. Violations are overgrown vegetation, trim all overgrown vegetation. Item number 2, damaged chain link fence, repaired chain link fence. At this time, there hasn't been any correction, so it's my recommendation to give 15 days to correct. If not, a $250 per diem and $100 admin fee.
Anyone here on case number 8147? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented here today, I find there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position. The respondent is ordered to come into compliance within 15 days or face a $250 per diem daily fine. $100 administrative fees are assessed for this hearing. Next case, please.
Next case on section 7.2, case 7122. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 7122. Property owner Sunshine Gasoline Distributors, Inc., site address 3700 West Hallandale Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. It is the town's motion to confirm a fine of $21,600.
Does that include the admin cost?
Yes.
Okay. Is anyone here on case number 7122? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented, there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position to confirm the fine of an amount of $21,600. There is a continued per diem daily fine amount of, Officer Ramirez, is that $250?
Yes.
The fines confirmed here today for case number 7122 are at $21,600 with a continued $250 per diem daily fine until compliance is achieved. Next case, please.
Next case is section 7.3 on the agenda, case 7182. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 7182, property owner VNA Miami LLC. Site address 4400 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, Unit 4, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. It is the town's motion to confirm a fine of $32,850. That does include the admin fee, and it's running at a $250 per diem.
Anyone here on case number 7182? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented here today, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position to confirm the fine of a amount of $32,850. This does include the $100 administrative fee. Failure to come into compliance will continue to, the respondent will continue to accrue a per diem $250 daily fine. Next case, please.
Next case is on section 7.4, case 7359. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 7359, property owner Juicy Holding LLC, site address 3520 West Hollandale Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to confirm fine was sent by certified mail on February 3rd, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. It is the town's motion to confirm a fine of $21,600. That includes the admin fee, and it's accruing at $250 per diem.
Anyone here on case number 7359? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and the evidence presented, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position to confirm the fine of $21,600. That amount includes the $100 administrative fee. There will be a continuing per diem daily fine of $250 per day until the property violation is in compliance. Next case, please. God bless you.
Next case is on section 8.2 of the agenda, case 5635. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 5635. Property owner Marsha Thompson, site address 5443 Southwest 41st Street, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to abate fine was sent by certified mail January 31st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. It is the town's motion to reduce the fine of $11,250 by 90%. That's a total reduction of $1,125. The owner did already pay the admin fee. And this was an agreement that we discussed with the owner. She's in agreement to that amount.
Case number 5635. Is anyone here on that case? Seeing no one come forward. Based on the testimony and evidence presented and the agreement of the parties, the abatement, the city's motion to abate the fine amount by 90%, reducing it to $188 is accepted. The respondent shall pay $188 within 30 days of the date of this hearing. Failure to pay the $188 will cause the
Sorry, that was $1,125. That's for case 5635.
I'm sorry. The 90% brings it down to $125?
$1,125.
$1,125. And that's from an original amount of?
That was the reduction from the amount of $11,250.
Okay. I'm going to restate the oral pronouncement for today's order. Again, for the record, case number 5635, no one coming forward on that case. Based on the testimony and evidence presented by the code officer and the agreement of the parties as to the abated amount from $11,250, a 90% reduction, bringing that abatement amount to $1,125. That is the amount so ordered abated to be paid within 30 days from the date of this hearing. Failure to pay the abated amount within 30 days will cause the original fine amount of $11,250 to revert back. For the record, Officer Ramirez, does the $1125 include the $100 administrative fee?
No, the owner already paid the admin fee.
Okay, once again, case number 5635, the respondent is ordered, the abatement amount so ordered here today is $1,125 to be paid within 30 days. Next case, please. Thank you for clarifying for me.
No problem.
Yes, yes.
All right, the next case is on section 8.5, case 7153. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the town of Pembroke Park, case 7153. Property owner Park 31st Corp. Site address 1975 South Park Road, Pembroke Park, Florida. Bay 3. A notice of hearing to abate fine was sent by request via email on January 6th, 23rd. Again, I had a discussion with the property manager, and the owner is in agreement with the abatement that I'm about to present. It is the town's motion to reduce the fine of $5,200 by 85%. That's a total of $875, and that includes the admin fee.
Anyone here on case number 7153? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and evidence presented by the code officer and the agreement of the parties, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's abatement amount from $5,200, reducing it by 85%, bringing it down to $875, which includes the $100 administrative fee. The respondent is so ordered to pay the abated amount of $875 within 30 days, or the original fine amount will revert back to $5,200. Next case, please.
Next case is on section 9.3 of the agenda, case 7390. Apologies. Section 9.2, case 7225.
9.2.
Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 7225. Property owner Murray Family Associates LLP, site address 3192 West Hondo Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice to extend time was requested on February 14, 23rd. The request was handed yesterday, February 14, 23rd. It is one of the cases that was added to the agenda. The owner is currently working on obtaining a permit to correct the violation of tenant build out done at 3192 Unit B. That was done without a permit. So right now he's undergoing the process of plan review, and hopefully soon he'll have his permit issued and he can start with his inspections. So to complete all his inspections and then move forward with his obtaining his business tax receipt, it is the town's motion to give him 90 days. He is in agreement that 90 days will be sufficient to correct the violations. If not, the $100 per diem with a $100 admin fee.
Case number 7225. Seeing no one come forward for case number 7225, based on the testimony and evidence presented by the code officer, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the motion to extend the time, giving the respondent 90 days to come into compliance or face a $100 per diem daily fine. Administrative fees for this hearing are assessed in the amount of $100. Next case, please.
Next case is section 9.3 of the agenda, case 7390. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 7390, property owner Carolina 31st Corp., site address 2035 Southwest 31st Avenue, Pembroke Park, Florida. A notice of hearing to extend time was sent by certified mail February 1st, 23rd, posted to the property and town hall February 3rd, 23rd. The violations are for tenant build out done without a building permit, obtain a business tax receipt of certificate of use, prior to occupying the space. Currently, the space is not being occupied. So there is no violation of operating without a license, but they are working diligently in getting the permits for the tenant build out. So it's my recommendation to give them 90 days to correct the violation. It's not a $250 per diem and a $100 admin fee. The property manager is in agreement with this time. We also discussed that if 90 days is not sufficient, then they can come forward with a mitigation request after.
Case number 7390. Is anyone here on that case? Seeing no one come forward, based on the testimony and the evidence presented, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's position and the agreement of the parties. The respondent is hereby ordered to come into compliance within 90 days or face a $100, come into compliance within 90 days or face a $250 per diem. Administrative fees and costs are assessed at $100 for this hearing. Again, 90 days to come into compliance or $250 per diem fine and $100 administrative fees assessed for the cost of the hearing. Next case.
Next case on section 10.2 of the agenda, 5736. That's one of the appeals that we had.
Okay, I believe interim city attorney, town attorney, made reference to.
Yes, it is the same as the case that we called earlier. That was Miss Santana. This case is exactly the same. Notice was sent to all the parties. Again, we're speaking with the attorney Jerome Schechter. The again, the violations are all on the subject mobile home. So we're asking that the reference to David Zell be removed from the order to help remedy that appeal, as the case is all on the mobile home and not on the mobile home park.
And all parties were notified as to the change. Just simply, it's a form over form, and no changes substantively otherwise, for the record.
Yes, I've had conversations with the attorney, Mr. Schechter. He's informed us that he or his office would not be here today. And then also the town did mail notice out for the cases, as you see, for the last one as well as for this one as well.
Okay, thank you. Based on the testimony and evidence presented and the representation of the parties, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's motion to amend the notices and orders to reflect removing the name of David Zell and placing the owner of the mobile home, Marco Fernandez. Again, removing the name of the mobile home park owner, David Zell, and having all notices and orders reflect the name of the mobile home owner, Marco Fernandez.
And Mr. Fernandez was actually on the underlying notices, on the underlying order, and listed both.
Oh,
So here we're not substituting one for the other. We're literally just removing one from that.
okay. Thank you for that clarification, Interim Town Attorney. Next case or next order of business?
Okay, it seems like I skipped a case. That's section 8.4. I might have marked it already present, but I do have it here. And then I have another case that is not on the agenda. So, to do our due diligence with posting and everything, because I recall posting it to the property. So I do have that posting to the property, but I know Attorney Brian says that we also have to post it on the agenda. And
If we have, no, not on, it's at City Hall, but we have
yeah, at the agenda, but at City Hall 10 days prior. Yeah, but I do see that I did post it at the property February 3rd, 23rd. However, somehow it's missing from the agenda, or accidentally I probably didn't add it. That's for case 6536. Do you guys view it on your agenda? No. 6536. So for 6536, since it's not on the agenda, I'm just gonna postpone it to the March 15 hearing. And then the one that I skipped, that is on the agenda, that's section 8.4, case 727. All right.
Oh, that was an add-on.
So Chief Code
I'm sorry. Which case is postponed?
it's not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
It's 6536.
okay.
Do you have an order for that?
Yes.
That one's postponed.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Chief Code Officer Jocelyn Ramirez for the Town of Pembroke Park, case 7127, property owner 4350 PS LLC, site address 4350 West Honda Beach Boulevard, Pembroke Park, Florida. Notice of hearing to abate fine was requested via email February 10, 23rd. I was in communication with the owner, and we are in agreement to the town's motion, which is to reduce the fine of $1,250 and abate it by 85%. That would be a total of $188. The owner did pay the admin fee, so the total reduction is 85%, and that's $188.
Case number 7127. Is anyone present for that case? Seeing no one come forward, Based on the testimony and evidence presented, I find that there is substantial and competent evidence to support the city's abatement of the fine from $1,250, which represents from $1,250 to $188. This represents a 80% reduction. Officer Ramirez, kindly, does the $188 abatement amount, does that include the administrative fine?
It does not, because the owner already paid the 100.
Okay, thank you. Again, case number 7127, the abatement order is entered in the amount of $188. The respondent has 30 days to make that payment, or the fine amount will revert back to $1,250. Next case or order of business?
That will conclude all the cases on the agenda. Madam Magistrate, are we adjourning or are we staying on record for the signatures of the other?
We can adjourn.
Okay.
The case number.
So I corrected, I corrected, and it was the
I emailed the attorney on Zell already.
what's
Okay.
So once we get the
9
amended
days
orders,
is
whoever wants to go look at them.
No, the case number is...
yes. This one is what
Excuse me, yes?
So we'll just do
Finish?
it, and then we'll go from there.
did it wrong,
Oh.
you know, and I said if I can give you at the end.
Oh, because you were going to order.
I don't know what I did.
Yeah, me
I
too,
give you, I gave you this one instead